everyone, welcome back. I am your Sarthi Medha. In the part 3, we have discussed the Mandal Commission and the rise of caste-based politics. Today, we will be analyzing another long-term development of the 1990s. The visible rise of politics based on the religious identity, जिसने secularism and democracy पर एक बड़ी debate शुरू कर दी. So, let's unpack how this happened. Communalism, secularism and democracy. The long-term development during this period was the visible rise of politics based on religious identity, leading to a debate about secularism and democracy. Right? We already know how after emergency, Bharatiya Jan Sangh merged with Janata Party, right? And after the fall of Janata Party and its breakup, the supporters of erstwhile Jan Sangh formed the Bharatiya Janata Party in the 1980. Initially, the BJP embraced Gandhian socialism along with the cultural nationalism. However, in the 1986, the party began to emphasize nationalism as its core ideology and pursued the politics of Hindutva for the political mobilization. The concept of Hindutva was popularized by Vinayak Damodar Savarkar. It is basically argued that to be an Indian, one must accept India as their fatherland or Pitra Bhu, as well as their holy land, the Punya Bhu. Believers of Hindutva argue that a strong nation can be built on the basis of united national culture only. Right? Now there were two major developments around 1986 that became central to the politics of BJP. First was the Shah Bano case in 1985. So Shah Bano was a 62-year-old divorced Muslim woman who had filed a case for the maintenance from her former husband. The Supreme Court ruled it in her favor, but the orthodox Muslims saw this as an interference in the Muslim personal law. Right? Under pressure from some Muslim leaders, the government had to pass Muslim Women Act in the 1986. The Muslim Women Act, which nullified the earlier Supreme Court's judgment. This action of the government was opposed by many women organizations and other intellectuals. The BJP also criticized this action of the Congress as an unnecessary concession and appeasement of the minority community. The second significant development was the Ayodhya issue. A three-dome structure was built at the site of Sri Ram's birthplace in year 1528. And over the years, this evolved into a prolonged legal battle, leading to a structure being sealed in the 1949. So, basically क्या हुआ? 1528 में it was the time of Mughal emperors and they built a three-dome structure on Sri Ram's Janmabhoomi in Ayodhya. In the 1986, the Faizabad District Court, now known as Ayodhya, ruled to unlock the structure, allowing people to only worship there. Tensions heightened between the two communities over the ownership and the rights in the 1992. So, the structure was then demolished, which critics contended presented a substantial challenge to the principles of Indian democracy. However, in a multi-religious democratic society, conflicts are usually resolved following the due process of law. On the November 9th, 2019, 5-0 verdict by a constitutional bench of Supreme Court resolved the issue. The verdict allotted the dispute site to a trust for the construction of Ram Temple, Sri Ram Janmabhoomi Tirth Kshetra. This was the trust that was allotted to build the Ram Temple and directed the government to allot an appropriate site for the mosque to the Sunni Central Waqf Board. The This is a classic example of consensus building and the conflict resolution in our plural society. Understanding these events is crucial because they transform the direction of the discourse on secularism and democracy in India. अब हम नेक्स्ट पार्ट में देखेंगे पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज के बीच में न्यू कंसेंसस कैसे डेवलप हुए. Alright, if you have any other doubts, please comment down below. If this video was helpful to you, please like, share and subscribe. See you in the next one.